What was it like for you to make your first start and just kind of get in the flow of the game tonight?
Yeah. First and foremost, all credit to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I mean, just having faith in Him. Getting the start today was just an unreal experience. Having a fan base behind us and being able to play a full 4 quarters today just felt really good.
Walk me through what you saw in the past the Fort Worth there, the 50-something yard.
Oh, yeah, yep. So it was third down. They've shown that like a few times on film. I saw him flinch on the double cadence. Knew they were going to drop out to something, and he found the lane. So it was a good play and definitely a momentum booster.
A lot of fun moments for you tonight, I'm sure, but that Jacob Gill touchdown, how special was that one for you?
That was special. That's something that we've prayed about, something that we've talked about since we got to Northwestern. We haven't connected on one before, and so just being able to do it with him and then a guy that I live with, a guy that I've lived with since I've been in college, that was really special.
You talk about the run, you almost got in the end zone. It looked like you wanted that pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, almost as I thought I was in, but that's another discussion for another day. No, it was fun. They gave us a good look to run it. I'm glad that K2 got another touchdown. That was good for him.
Are you thinking of leaping the guy? I mean, Gill thought he might jump over his head.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but luckily I didn't.
On that, I think it was the first drive, second half, you guys, 10 plays, all 10 of them rushes. Kind of feels like the game was almost put away from that sense, but did you just feel like, as a unit, you guys just kind of had the edge when every single play was a run? They knew what was coming, but they couldn't stop you. Just kind of walk me through the mentality of that drive.
Yeah, that's something that, every offensive player can feel. When the defense knows what you're going to do and you still do it to a high level, it's really cool. And it definitely gives the whole offensive unit and the whole sideline just a huge momentum booster. And it was just a lot of fun to be a part of. And, luckily I got a couple runs on that too, so that was a lot of fun.
Brendan, the offensive line obviously was getting some serious push during that drive. What's that like for you as a quarterback, one, and two, when could you kind of get a feel that they were starting to get that push and starting to, I guess, break down that opposing defensive line? Yeah,
definitely that first drive was the one that kind of saw that they were starting to break them down. But no, it's just fun to be a part of offensive line like that just has no quit in them. It's always going to give it their all. It's fun to be back there and just trust them because I know that they got my back, I got theirs, and so it's just the trust it builds is really good.
Well, Brendan, it seems like to have just a full week prep with Tim, knowing that you were going to be the starter. Just what was that like?
Yeah, it was good. Just a lot more confidence being built. Obviously, knowing that you're going to start, you gotta have some confidence, and so just being able to get more reps and seeing the things that I need to see for this game was crucial.
Brendan, it seems like you learned the offense fast. You haven't been here that long. It seems like you learned the offense really fast and you're adopting really quick to it. Am I right about that, or you're doing a good job adjusting, it seems like?
Yeah, but also credit to all the quarterbacks in the room, to Coach Lester. They've done a really good job of kind of helping me with that. I think since I got here, all the quarterbacks in the room, Cade, Marco, all of them, Coach Lester, Keller being in there too, the GA, just helping me to develop my knowledge for the game and knowledge for this offense. So, it definitely wasn't just me.
We'll talk about the fact that, you look at the box score, and there weren't explosive stats, particularly from your end, but this offense ran very efficiently, no turnovers, and basically controlled the game.
Yeah, that's not something that I put too much weight on, is my stats. As long as we won 42 to 10 today, so that's the only thing I care about. That's what puts a smile on my face, is that the team played well. I'm not really too much worried about what my stat line says.
The running back's got 20 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. Nationally, do you feel like Kaleb, deserves a little bit more credit from everybody?
I think he should be a Heisman finalist. The way he's playing, the way that he's been playing this whole season, it's really consistent. And so I think, in my opinion, he should be a Heisman finalist.
What does he mean to your team?
Kaleb?
Yeah.
Just brings another element to our game that we can rely on him when things go down. I think he's shown that. Getting big runs and not necessarily the best looks. He means a lot. Good attitude in the locker room, everything like that. So it's just fun having Kaleb in there.
Last question. What does he do so well? What makes him unique, better than most of the other backs in the country?
I think just being able to break tackles and making big plays when plays aren't there. I think that's what kind of separates him, bouncing off guys and making plays when things break down.
All right, Tom, go ahead.
What was the quarterback room like this week? With Marco getting injured and Cade being out, what was that like for you? And maybe bringing another body in there that wasn't in there before?
Yeah, for me, it really didn't change too much. I prepared the same way. Cade and Marco definitely. From their end, Seeing things from the sideline definitely helped a ton, just giving me their perspective, and us helping Jackson out as well. It was a fun room this week. We all were kind of just collaborating a ton, and it was fun to be a part of.
I think the first drive, the second half, 10 plays, you guys had 10 runs, they couldn't stop. I mean, just as an offense, is that kind of when you guys knew that you kind of broke them down a little bit and you knew the game was going to be kind of wherever you guys wanted it to be at that point?
Yeah, we just got to keep playing hard and stuff like that because we knew that Wisconsin, they're a good team and they're a good defense and a good total overall offense and defense, and so we just got to keep moving forward and just kept staying humble and stuff like that. So,
Can you talk about your offensive line today? They were pretty spectacular today.
Yeah, my wide receivers was too. So I'm gonna give credit to everybody on the offense and everybody on defense for working their butts off this week. I mean, this whole week actually in practice and just doing the little things and stuff like that. Added up and y'all saw the win. So we got to keep moving forward. And my focus now is UCLA. So.
Lots of really big performances this season from you. We're talking about that almost every game, it seems like. But now you've officially entered that same conversation as Sean Green. You got 20 touchdowns this season and ties the season record at Iowa. I mean, to be in that conversation, what do you think about that?
It's an honor. I say like a couple weeks ago, he was here and he just said, he said, go ahead and he said, I know you can break my record. He said, just go ahead and do it and stuff like that. So I just kept my head down, remember what he said, and just kept going. And, he just texted me and let me know that, just keep moving forward and staying humble and stuff like that. So that's what I'm continue to do. And, focus, like I said, focus on UCLA. So.
How helpful is that mentorship from him?
It's very helpful because, he won the Heisman. Wrong. Sorry. The Doak Walker Award. Yeah, so it was, that's pretty awesome. And that's the thing that I always want to do is win that. So that's been my dream since I've even started playing running back and my pop started telling me about that. So, it's been an honor, to be in that conversation and to hear from one of the greats. So that's pretty cool.
Now that you mentioned that word, now I can mention it, Heisman. You put, your name hasn't really been mentioned with it, but yet you look at your stats, especially among Power 4 running backs, you're top in the charts. Do you think you should be in that conversation?
Like I always say, I'm a humble person, so, whatever, goes out there, and whatever's said is said. So, but my focus is on just helping my team win and, just being successful with my team, so.
How special is it to win? The offensive line was as dominant as
Say it again?
How helpful is it for you as a runner when the offensive line seemed to just dominate at the line of scrimmage there?
It's awesome, man. Just off the field with those guys, they're funny, cool. So it's like our connection just keep building and bonding and just keep, just bonding and bonding and bonding. So I love those guys, man. And, they just work their tails off every day. So.
How special is it to win a trophy game?
It's always special in a trophy game because, we don't want that to come from, go over there. So it's awesome. So just knowing that, we just came out on top and staying here is pretty cool. And, like I said, we just focus on UCLA now, so.
You had an entire week with Brendan Sullivan as QB1 to practice with him. Did that add sort of a different element, not only just, obviously with how the offense runs, but does he bring a different element of leadership as, the QB1 this week?
Yeah, and I feel like they both do. Cade and Brendan do. So to me, like I said, it don't matter who's in. I love them both. So Brendan, he just has an ability to run the ball and, has a threat all around. So, him just always working hard and, always setting himself aside and, just working. So.
Caleb, when I talked to you at media today, you said other schools came after you, but you wanted to stay here because you have such a tight bond with guys like Kamari and Jazz. What's it like for you to see them have success as well when they get in the game, and what does that say about your running?
It's been awesome to see him, especially, Kamari, how he just come in and, just a new guy in the RB room and, with me being a veteran, finally I could say that. So, it's pretty awesome, just telling him, just keep being hard on him, being hard on Jazz too, because they also can be great too. So, it's just awesome. Me and Jazz, we've been close since we were roommates freshman year. We were roommates freshman year in dorms. So, just me and him and the connection we all have together, including him, including Coach Betts, the whole RB room, we just very connected. We treat each other as brothers. So. It's awesome.
In the past, you flashed. I mean, Purdue a couple of years ago, you ran for 200 yards. You've had those moments. but they were kind of up, every couple of weeks or so, but now you're doing it every single week. Is there anything that's changed about you physically that's allowed you to mature to become the player where you can do this on a consistent basis?
Yeah, like being more physical and, just attacking them with my, finally knowing how strong I am and how hard I can run, how fast I am. So just knowing that now and applying that to my game is pretty awesome, man. I count my being mentally focused, more mentally focused than I was, and, just focusing on the little things and knowing what I can do is, added a lot to my game this season. So.
Talk about your individual confidence this year and the fact that you are doing it consistently and pushing forward, and now you are the leader.
Just like I said, like always telling them like to always, just keep running hard and, just telling them like right from wrong and, helping them with the little things and, just always, being helpful around them because, they gonna be the next ones up. So.
I was talking about your confidence.
Say it again. You said my confidence.
Yeah. What is it? How has it helped you achieve what you're doing this year?
It helped a lot because, like I said, as far as when I was like, last year before last year I got hurt, so it just built my confidence up and like humbled me even more and not to take stuff for granted and just kept working hard and always the main thing is recovering my body, and then just getting right mentally on and off the field. So.
Last question, Scott.
I know Coach Betts has talked to you in the past. He always feels like there was just a little bit more. At what point did it kind of sink in what he was trying to show you, especially being physical, using your frame against defenders and finishing runs?
I'll say spring ball and fall camp, he really stayed on me about that. And, we really went inside and drills and he did a lot of little things to help me do that and stay physical. And always told me to run hard. If I run hard, then, nobody can stop me. So I kept that in my mind and, just kept going. So.
That was pretty athletic, that interception a couple plays tonight. So
yeah, I definitely tried to do that. You know what I mean? No, but that's just honestly, that's probably God right there. You know what I mean? I don't know how that happened, but it's just a really tribute to just Coach Wallace. Just in that play, just basically telling us, keep your eyes on the quarterback. Just read the eyes and stuff like that. And BA was in the right place at the right time. Just to help me ricochet that thing up. But yeah, definitely got to get with Coach Ray and get it run a little bit faster.
I thought you were going to house that.
Yeah, no, I thought I was too. But protect the ball, slippery field, and just get the ball back to the offense and the best running back in the country. You know what I mean?
Did you see it was off Brian Allen's face?
Like,
did
really?
you? Yeah, I don't know if
I
you
haven't
saw
seen
it
it
yet.
yet.
So it kicked off somebody's foot and it went off Brian Allen's face, and you caught it. I didn't know if he said anything to you about that.
Yeah, I think I owe him dinner or something like that. Definitely. You know what I mean?
You've won a lot of trophy games in just 2 years here. Does it ever get old?
No, winning never gets old. You know what I mean? It's a tribute just to how much you pour into the week. And, these guys, every single day, they come out here and we compete, you know what I mean? And just to have that at the end of the week, it means a lot just to come back and get that win and keep that momentum going into next week because, it's a Big Ten football. Nothing's ever easy, you know what I mean? Just regardless of the score, that's a heck of an opponent we just played. Physical, violent, and, we were lucky to make some plays and just a culmination of just our coaches putting us in the right spot and just keeping playing our brand of football.
I know they had that sneaky drive in the fourth quarter, but for the most part, you guys just kept the hammer down.
Yeah, Coach Parker, Coach Wallace, Coach Bell, all those guys, they had a heck of a plan for us, And then our Mike backer, Jay Higgins, he's just executing us, putting us in the right spots, and then Quinn Schulte in the back end, calling great coverages and stuff like that. I think that just the attention to detail was really there this week, and when we were just able to play fast and free.
I know every post-game locker room celebration is a good time, but tell me about playing jump around in there. Does that make it a little bit more fun, getting a chance to crank that up in the locker room?
Yeah, anytime you're just with the guys, you just celebrate, you know what I mean? You just do stuff, you have fun, you're just with the boys, you know what I mean? Just good times with the boys,
Nick, you mentioned Caleb. Would you put him on your Heisman ballot?
Yeah, 100%. I don't understand how you can't. You know what I mean? Maybe our coaches might be mad at me for saying that, but you know what I mean. But what he's doing right now is just it's unbelievable. It's a real hats off to him. He just the way he attacked this offseason. You know what I mean? That's he means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Just me and him. Just this past offseason. It means a lot to me. So I definitely think. I just don't. Who's doing what he's doing? You know what I mean? That's my thing.
The Michigan State game obviously wasn't up to your guys' standard, but since then, the last two games, the defense has just kind of imposed and stuff. What do you think changed after the Michigan State game?
I think we just went back to the attention to detail. You know what I mean? I think that anytime you have a game like that, all the missed tackles, all that stuff, you don't want to put that on tape. You know what I mean? and we got out of our groove. And I think that when we came back, we assessed it, we flushed it, and it's a veteran group, so we just went back to just the basics, the fundamentals, tackling, eyes, blocks, and just getting our game plan right and everybody on the same page, and just the attention to detail and not letting up those little plays.
2 years with the Hawkeyes now 2 years being bowl eligible. Does getting that win number 6 make tonight even more special for you?
Yeah, I mean, because I get more time with the Hawks. You know what I mean? It means a lot to me to be here, and it means a lot. Just like the acceptance of warm arms that I've gotten from everyone here. There's never been a dull moment, honestly. So, anytime you get in the transfer portal or something like that where your life is changing from like one state to a state you've never heard of, really. You know what I mean? And just being really honest from you guys. But, it's a little bit scary, a little bit intimidating. Yeah, you get to play ball, but, it's still just how's everything going to go. But it's been awesome. It's been unbelievable. And, however long the bowl game lasts, you get a couple extra weeks, you know what I mean? So that's just one of those things that, you carry with yourself forever because those bowl trips, man, they're special.
I realize you've probably gotten this a couple times, but walk me through that kind of crazy interception there.
Yeah, so I couldn't even tell you what happened. Like, I didn't even know I had the ball really for a while. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where just Coach Wallace puts you in the right spot, and then the ball just luckily ends up in your hand, and just try and run into the end zone. But, got caught. Got to definitely get with Coach Ray. Do some extra speed work this week, But definitely just, one of those things where just have fun and just lucky, man.
How special is it to the locker room?
Yeah, it's awesome. Wisconsin's a great team. They're competitors. They're a great group of guys. But we went out there and we competed. We executed. We looked ourselves in the mirror and got it done. So at the end of the day, it comes down to that trophy or not. We got to go out there and go 1-0. So.
It seems like that play you guys had at the end of the first quarter when you and Brandon connected on that 16-yard pass. I wouldn't say the offense really struggled in the first quarter, but it was kind of a momentum-building play you guys scored after that and went off. Just kind of talk about that play.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a little back. It was backside of the concept, just coming over the middle and going in there, making a little contested catch, trying to spark the offense a little bit. But, we've been wrapping it all week in practice, getting extra reps after practice as much as we could. And, it just came into fruition on that play and throughout the game this past few hours.
And then you had that 7-yard touchdown pass, or reception, from Brandon. How good did that feel? I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of those in Northwest. I mean, now to get one as a Hawkeye together.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. I mean, I've been mentioning we're boys. We've been roommates since freshman year. We're roommates now. He's my brother, love him to death. So it was awesome to have that connection. After I scored, I told him I love him. He told me he loves me, and it's just a great bond that we have. I just want to continue to build it. So.
I can't imagine how, like you said, you guys are brothers. So I can't imagine how happy you are for him to see him kind of thrive in this role and get an opportunity like this. Yeah. I'm sure that has to feel good for you.
No, yeah, it feels amazing. Just to see him thrive, just the amount of work he puts in, the dedication that he has. He's one of the hardest working men that I know. That's in my life, So he's an inspiration to me and everybody that's around him. So yeah, love it for him.
I know every post-game celebration has got to be pretty fun in there in the locker room, but I heard jump around in there. Is this one a little bit more fun tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to go 1-0, however you can do it. Trophy game, it's awesome to do that as well. So, throw on the jump around a little bit, have some fun with it. So, only get so many opportunities, so you want to take each one with it. Yeah.
You've been around the Big Ten for a while, and so rushing for over 300 yards on Wisconsin, I mean, obviously, that's a pretty special thing. What's it like, especially, for the rest of the team to have such a dominant ground game?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, whenever you can run the ball on a team, that's really just taking the will out of them, honestly. So we went out there and we executed. We punched them in the mouth from the start. It felt like. And then, every win feels great. Just execution all around the board just feels awesome. So
I know you have a few games in front of you. There's more goals I'm sure you guys won, but just getting bowl eligibility tonight. I mean, how big is that? Just knowing that you're going to get a chance to play some postseason football.
Yeah, it's awesome. Always hitting 6 wins is a big step. Like you said, 3 games in front of us, so we take that, but we want to move forward with it, and look forward to going 1-0 next week as well. So
I know Kaleb gets all the attention, but it seems like you guys have a lot of good running backs. I mean, how often do you get to watch kind of what Kamari and Jazz bring to that?
Yeah, Kamari, Jazz, Kaleb, all of them. All of our running backs can go. All of them can run the ball. They've been doing a great job. Of just running the ball. Trusting their angles, trusting their reads. We're just gonna keep going on the perimeter and just trying to spark them for big plays. But yeah, they've been doing an awesome job. Great job back there.
Shoot, I'm not a master of scheme or anything. I just kind of do what they tell me to do. But I think, guys up front blocking hard and the running backs are hitting the holes hard, and eventually that wears on the defense, and that's when you get the longer runs.
That had to be fun for you guys up front, right?
Oh yeah, anytime you rush for over 300 yards, it's going to be a fun game. You just love getting after them. So.
Did it seem like they were getting tired there in the second half?
I mean, they were still fighting hard in the second half. We just had to stay doing our jobs. Execute in order to open up those holes for them. So.
When Coach Lester draws up a game plan, is that what it looks like tonight? Is that what he wants it to look like? Sorry.
I think he likes us running the ball the way we do. That opens up everything else. From the pass game to the play action as well. So.
It's now 2-game sample size with Brendan. How much does he help open up the run game?
I think with either quarterback, we can have that run threat. It's just, gets execution up front.
When did you guys feel like you kind of had him at the defensive line? It seemed like you were pushing him back pretty early in the game, consistently.
Yeah, we were just trying to, do our jobs, Started the game, they were fighting hard, and they fought hard throughout the game, We just had to keep staying on our stuff.
Can you talk about Brendan?
Scoring drive, I think it was the third quarter. You guys 10 straight runs, and it was an 86-yard drive. It took about 5 minutes. What's the mentality when you're going through that? Is that just this is why I love as an offensive lineman?
Oh, it's a lot of fun, just running the ball straight down the field on them. I don't know how to describe the feeling, but as an offensive lineman, there's nothing better than seeing your running backs.
What'd you think of Brendan's performance from what you could see?
I think he did good, We had a couple breakdowns in pass pro, and he was able to get out of the pocket and extend the play, which is always good to see.
Obviously not your first time going against this Wisconsin defensive line. What was kind of different this time?
I think the big change is they went down. They're a bit like a 4-down base now instead of a major and Okie, but we saw a lot of Okie throughout the game, so I think that was the biggest difference.
What do you think of your running backs? It seems like even when Caleb's out, you guys have some pretty decent ones.
They hit the hole pretty hard. It's hard to tackle when they're running full speed going through the hole. So.
I think off of that, Kamari averaged 15 yards a carry tonight.
Yeah, it's not bad.
when you look at a stat line like that as an offensive lineman, is that you just take pride in that, or what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think we just all get excited about running the football, trying to impose our will on the defense every week. So.
Were you guys pretty confident you could run the ball? Watching film and everything, did you think it would be there tonight?
We knew it was going to be tough. We knew it was going to be a while before it eventually broke through, and I think we saw that later in the game. But we just had to, keep going after him every play.
Luke Fickell just gave all the praise to you guys. He said that offensive line was, playing against him just compared to where you were a couple of years ago to now, and being able to dominate and run for 300+ yards on Wisconsin. What's the confidence level, and what's the familiarity or whatever you have with the offense? He's got the ability to make it go.
Yeah, I think as far as the offensive line goes, we just had to take time to grow together. We were a young group 3 years ago. If we all listened to the outside world, we wouldn't be where we're here today. So I think just sticking close together, bring the guys in, just continually doing our job day in and day out.